Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to look at motivation. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 9th year of the Leadership Japan series. And I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy committed to your success, president of Dale Carnegie Training Tokyo, Japan, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book in Japanese, Za Eigyo, is available on Amazon. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is tanoshinde, tanoshinde, tanoshinde. Hey, have fun. Have a great time. Tanoshinde. Hey, have a ball. Tanoshinde, tanoshinde. Hey, enjoy. Come on, enjoy. It'll be great. Tanoshinde, tanoshinde, tanoshinde. This is episode number 450 episodes. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of episodes on leadership. And today, we're going to talk about how leaders can motivate their teams. We've seen the Hollywood version of leaders who are master blaster motivators. These charismatic leaders gather the team together and give a rousing call to arms to slay the problem. They persuade the team to go beyond their personal limitations and get the job done. In real life, usually the leader isn't necessarily charismatic nor a spirited orator. If you're leading in Japan, there is a strong chance that there are 2 languages in play and you are more likely to be better in one than the other. Despite my now 37 years in Japan, my vocabulary in Japanese cannot hold a candle to my vocabulary in my native English. That means I can be more subtle, powerful, convincing in English than I can in Japanese. Native Japanese speakers have the same issue trying to persuade others in English. The days of the rousing locker room call to action are pretty much done for in sports teams, often the model for business leadership. The modern sports leader is more likely a skilled expert in understanding human nature and are speaking to each player individually rather than as a frothy mass all the time. In business, we need to see each person as an individual and find out what motivates them and then help them get to where they want to be. Leaders are more and more challenged by technology, speeding everything up and stealing our time. My laptop, my mobile phone, my apps are amazing. But somehow, all of this incredible advance in tech hasn't given me any sense of, oh, good, now I have more time than before. It's the exact opposite. I feel I'm struggling even more every year to keep up with everything. Busy bosses can miss important signals as a result, especially when it comes to dealing with our people as individuals rather than a half-time locker room mass. Sometimes we mistake the reason for non-performance as being a lack of motivation. We need to make sure we know what we are facing. Let's look at 5 common issues and drill down for what we really need to be concentrating on rather than keeping ourselves busy making puff speeches. Number 1, problem. I don't know what to do. Solution. Educate the person so they gain the missing knowledge. Often the onboarding process for staff is perfunctory, and then they are left to their own devices and have to rely on OJT, on-the-job training. If your boss is busy, this can be a thin gruel to survive on. We need to do an audit to understand where the gaps are to retrain them properly this time. The boss also has to make the time for them in a consistent manner which produces results. Number 2, problem. I don't know how to do it. Solution. Train them so they can learn the steps enabling them to do it on their own unassisted. We hire or promote people on the assumption they have the experience needed for the tasks. Every organisation has their systems, and these can take some time to master. At the start, we need to invest the time required so that the staff member is across the key aspects of the job and they know the steps they need to follow. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Today's show is being brought to us by, on the 14th of February, the Leadership Training for Managers course. On the 16th of February, we'll do the 3-day version of the Dale Carnegie course. On the 4th of March, we will do the 12-week version of the Dale Carnegie course. And on the 9th of March, we'll do the Winning with Relationships Selling program. Our website is www.dale, D-A-L-E Carnegie, CARNEGIE.co.jp. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 for you there at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, as well as my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's a premiere business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays we have Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Number 3, problem. I don't believe I can. Solution. Coach them to see that they can in fact do it. Often we are hired for one thing, but the organisation changes or merges, and we are now out of our depth. Maybe the market changes and we are not succeeding as well as we were before. Did I mention COVID? Here is a prime example which has changed the game on so many industries, and those who were succeeding before are now floundering. As a consequence, their self-belief and their self-confidence starts to droop. We need to help them build their confidence so they can, in fact, get the results. Number 4, problem. I don't know why. Solution. Recreate the why by working with them to come up with a clear vision of why this task is important and needs to be done. So often the why is clear to those in the executive suite, but it never percolates past middle management down to those below. We have to keep reminding everyone about why we do what we do and why it is important. Number 5, problem. I don't want to. Solution. We need to help them find the motivation within themselves to want to do it. We might think that everyone is motivated by money. Herzberg's research on motivation showed that money was a given expected and what he called a hygiene factor. Another common assumption is that everyone wants to be the boss and get promoted. This may not be the case at all. We're just pushing our thinking onto the team members. We need to spend the time to talk with our team and find out what they really want. We need to ask them what they find motivating about the work or the company. The best advice is to assume nothing and ask a lot of questions until you really know what is going on with the members of the team. Once we know what they want, then our job is to see where we can arrange the work to deliver what they want. As leaders, the best work we can do is create the culture and the work environment where the team members can motivate themselves to succeed. If we see each person as an individual and deal with them one by one, we can produce the result we need. The key is boss time. If we don't allocate it for this purpose, what are we focusing on? Our people do make the difference, so this is where we need to be concentrating. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Take what you found valuable, immediately put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. Be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.